Hey, good morning, Matty. This is Braden from Pacific Toyota here in Kansas, doing a quick virtual tour on our 2021 LS ASX sitting here in front of me. Only $29,990, currently one of the cheapest in Queensland, nearly Australia as well. Absolute glamour. Only about 23,000 kilometres on there as well. I understand you are down south, of course, down near Brisbane direction. Don't stress at all. Like I said, we're lucky enough to be the biggest pre-owned yard in Queensland for Toyota at the moment, and we're about number 2 in Australia as well. You can see our Toyota Lexus showrooms up the back there, our service departments down the street. And of course, we are literally jam-packed at the moment here as well. So this is one of our 2 yards up here in Cairns. I'm currently at 235 Mulgrave Road, and we do have another one up at 77 Mulgrave Road as well, just to try and fit all our stock. So we've got some awesome cars here at the moment, just like these ASXs. And like I said, we have gutted them, so they're absolutely dirt cheap. You have the balance of the factory warranty, everything as well. It's all drive away too. So like I said, the whole idea of this video is just take you through the car in as much detail as we possibly can. Obviously, just a little bit better than the photos that you do see online. So very clean across that bonnet itself. I'm going to try and be as picky as I possibly can for you, but it does look like just a little stone chip. Very tiny one just there. A little one maybe just next to it there. And no, that's just a little bit of dirt that's come off, even better. So very clean across the actual bonnet itself. You can see down the passenger side there too, so no dents or anything like that in the actual panel work. Very clean right across the front here too. We've got these awesome quad lights on the front. Down to the bottom, just a little bit of, no, that's come off. So a little bit of dust. We obviously had some pretty big showers here in Cairns the last couple of days, so there is a little bit of dirt on them, but we get them re-cleaned and professionally detailed before we send them down to you. So very tidy across the actual front there as well. I've kicked these wheels out because I wanted you to see the treads. So absolutely stacks of tread left on these guys, pretty much brand new tyres for only 23,000 Ks. And of course, we've got the beautiful alloy wheels here too. Just a tiny little bit of gutter rash just in that corner there, but otherwise very clean. And same thing just down that driver's side now as well. So you can see yourself too, no chips, cracks or anything like that on the windscreen. Very tidy through there. Like I said, that $29,990 is drive away as well. So it's all your stamps, transfers, everything all included. So just down to the passenger side. Front door here too. We've got keyless entry on both these doors. So we've got that little button there, so we push that, that's going to lock it. Mirrors are going to tuck in, so every time you do lock and unlock the car, they're going to open and close for us as well. We've got the little key here, so the fob for the Mitsubishi Asx's, so it only comes with these ones. The LS's, the ES's, sorry, don't come with them. So again, unlocks it, opens it up. So just the one key with this one at the moment. Sometimes we do get lucky and we get handed these in, as they are a fleet car, a rental car. Sometimes we get lucky and they will hand in spare keys later on for the ones that we do buy. If that is the case, we just post them. If one of them is yours, I'll just post it down to you as well. I also just wanted to show you do have your little blind spot monitors, so there's little notifications there too. So if someone's in your blind spot, they're going to illuminate and let you know they are there as well. So very clean down the actual passenger side here. Same thing through the inner door card now as well. Looking very tidy through there. Just a little bit of rain, like I said, bit of armour all the guys have done because obviously it just has been cleaned. Very tidy through here, eh? Honestly. Across the dash and everything there as well for you. It's on the inside, all your logbooks, manuals, everything's on the inside. Like I said, it was previously a rental car. Pretty much every ASX you'll find from a dealer is the same thing because the rentals absolutely love them. They get to keep them for a year, sometimes 2 years, service them, and then obviously hand them over to the dealers. So we get beautiful cars. And just to show you, so 2022, 17,000 kilometres. So not due again until about 30,000 or 29th of June next year. So best thing about the Mitsubishis, only got to service them once a year every 15,000 Ks. Just down into the back there as well while we're here. Very tight across the roof there too. And same thing, a little bit of rain on the middle of the roof there. Straight down here too. So another little feature you only get with these ones is the privacy windows, so the privacy glass, the dark glass on the back. It is just a clear film, but it isn't protected. So if you're in an accident or anything like that, that clear film will actually help resist the glass shattering to anyone on the inside. So that's what that dark glass is. So clear and dark on this side. You don't get that in the lower models. A nice little safety feature here as well. So in these doors as well, in the ASXs, you've got the three big steel bars that run through the doors. So they're safety bars to protect everybody on the inside as well from side collisions. We've got electric windows the whole way around. Very tidy through the inside here as well. That's just a little fingerprint, but I reckon we can get that cleaned out. But super tidy through the inside. Also got the argument separator there in the middle as well. Got a little button here to drop these ones down. So they'll come all the way forward and lay just about flat with the back. We've got child anchor points there, and then one on the back of that one as well. And then of course the 60-40 split here too. So 60% folds down on this side and together, this is all one part, and then 40% on that side, so that'll fold down as well. I'll leave this down because I want to show you from the boot just how much space you get in there once everything is down as well. But very tidy through the rest of this passenger side. We've got the fuel release just here too, so I'll show you where that is once we jump inside the car. Very clean through the back here too, and absolutely stacks of tread left on all these tyres so far. And again, as you can see, very tidy through that rim. Extremely well looked after. So across to the back here, of course over that spoiler to the roof, and the upgraded ASXs of course have got the little small fins instead of the big dials. A little reverse camera tucked under there for you. Very clean through the inside here. Of course got your parcel shelves just in the back. They just literally sit on there. It's just that little bit of rope holding that in place. And of course they just pop straight out. So you literally just lift that straight up. Gives you that massive amount of boot space through the back here once that is out. And that's the third child anchor point just there. We've got little tie down points on the inside here too. So one there, that pops out. One here. And you've got those on the opposite sides as well. We've got a little spare tyre under here, so jack and tools all around the outside. We've got the space saver here, obviously being the smaller SUVs, they all come with the space savers. And tools are all up on the left hand side there too. Just a little handy one, but that actually does come out. So if you're on the side of the road and you're trying to change a tyre or anything like that, this little board does actually come out and gives you a nice solid platform to work on. So that way you're not burning your feet or anything like that, or sitting on gravel roads or anything like that as well. Just a nice little handy feature. Across the actual rear bar here, so we got all parking sensors. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 across the back here too. Couple of little minor sort of little stone chips, look like luggage marks I'd say. If you can't see them in the video, let me know, I'll get you some photos instead, but I reckon we could get those touched up for you. If they are a concern for you, just let me know. Down the driver's side now too, looking very clean as we head down here. Okay, we're just so lucky with the cars we get. Looking very clean on that rim as well. Again, absolutely stacks of tread left on there too. Looking very tidy through this side as well. Tiny little nut disregard that sort of come off with my finger as well. Got child locks on both the rear doors too. And very clean through here. This tiny little sort of mark just there, just a little push in. But just about a brand new car. This thing is just so clean. It's awesome. Alright. Finally just down to the driver's side door now. So we've got a tiny little sort of stone chip, not a stone chip, sorry, but just a little mark there, I'd say, where they might have opened it up onto to another car or something like that, but very, very faint. If it is a concern for you, that kind of thing, just let me know. We can always, like I said, look at getting them touched up, that sort of thing. So finally just the inside of the driver's door now. Looking very clean through there as well. Little tiny bits of scuffing just here, just those common ones from people sort of catching their feet, jumping in and out. We've got the height adjustment here on the ASXs as well, so short people like me can sit there and crank that right up, and of course go all the way back down as well. We've got the back adjustment there. Airbags absolutely everywhere through this car because we've got them in the sides of these seats. We've got curtain airbags that go across the front, the side, sorry. Airbags in the dash, airbags in the steering wheel, airbags absolutely everywhere. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to start this one up for you. So obviously, being the LS, we've got to do have the push button ignition, not just the key start. So I've got to have the foot on the brake. Push this little button over there, the ignition one. Got your little startup menu just there for you too. So 23,483 kilometers. So no engine lights, no dash lights or anything like that, of course. We've got your little infotainment, so a little setup down there. So there's a couple of different menus that we can go through from up here as well. We can between like your trips and that sort of stuff. Up on the actual steering wheel itself, we've got the Bluetooth radio control, so you can jump between AM, Bluetooth, FM, all that sort of stuff through here as well. Answer the phone calls, and of course have a little MySpeak. It's a very basic version of Siri, that kind of thing from up here too on the steering wheel. On the right hand side, I've got all the cruise control options. Behind there, Automatic headlights, so at the moment they're obviously set to off, but we set them to auto. They're going to turn on and off as they need to. So daytime, nighttime, rain, hail, shine, all that kind of thing. They're light sensitive, so they will turn on and off as they need to. Otherwise, parkers, headlights, high beams, fog lights and blinkers are all just like normal as well. Down on the right hand side here, we do have your there's blind spot monitors, so again you can turn them on and off if you don't like them. The rear parking sensors, if they annoy you, you can turn them on and off as well. And we've got all your pre-collision stuff here too. So lane departure is on that bottom one, so if you do start to drift out of the lanes, the car will react and bring you back as well, and it's going to beep and let you know. And then of course your forward collision mitigation here too. So you can see it up there. We've got a couple different settings for that as well. So forward collision, so it's far, near, and middle. So depending on what sort of traffic conditions you're in, so open highways or driving around town, the car will actually react. If a brake car in front of you brakes, this one will actually react and brake for you too. So down here, finally we've got a little scroll button here from 4 down to 0. So that basically adjusts the pitch of the headlights. So if you're driving along a rural road, you can crank it right up, get a bit more distance out of those headlights. And if you're driving around town, you can put it to the lowest setting and put them all the way to the ground and get better vision as well. So really nifty one there. Mirrors are all up on the right hand side here, so obviously right side of the car, left side of the car, and adjust that as you need to. Just like the mirrors, when you lock the car and they fold in, you push this little button and they'll tuck in as well, so a little power fold option there too. So real handy for opening the doors in tight spaces, stuff like that. Window locks down here, central lock in there, and electric adjustment for the windows, all there for you too. The bonnet release is just there for you. Fuel release is just down the bottom, so I'm not sure if you can see it, but just there as well. You pull that little lever. As we come around to the massive big display here, so like I said, you got that little reverse camera tucked in the back. As soon as we chuck in reverse, you can physically see the back bar there as well. So you never should actually back into anything because you can literally see it right there. And of course all those cars behind us. Little green lines are basically the edges of your mirrors, so the widest point of the car. So when you're reversing into car parks, garages, stuff like that, as long as everything else is on the outside of those lines, you're laughing. And of course this little red line in the middle here as well. So that one's roughly about a foot from the back of your car. It works for those sensors, so the closer you get to an item behind you, the faster they're going to beep. Once they become a flat tone, they're going to be in line with that red line, and it's just a nice comfy distance to be able to walk between, open up the boot, all that kind of stuff as well. Now with these Mitsubishis, with every Mitsubishi, so Outlanders, Tritons, the whole thing, anyone that's got these displayed at the moment, they are currently under a recall. So they've got a little issue with the sensitivity of the touch side of things. So some of the buttons will work just like that, and then some of them won't as well. So it is a warranty. They're doing it for absolutely all of them. So all you need to do, we can take you to the details, but basically once you've got the car and it's all into your details, you just go see Mitsubishi, any Mitsubishi dealer, and they'll book you in. They order the new screen and they'll replace that for you once it does come in. There's a little bit of a wait for them, but once it actually does arrive, you just take it straight in, free charge, and they'll replace that screen for you, and it'll be working happy days. Down the bottom we've got all your aircon controls, so fan speed's in the middle, where you want it coming out of, temperature's all there too, USBs too, because we do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in this one as well. They don't do the built-in sat-nav anymore, it's all through those apps as well, so you can plug in your phone through there too. Traction control down the bottom, little cigarette plug, not the lighter, just the actual plug itself. We've got the storage down the bottom there too. Like I said, down to the gear stick, we've got the real handbrake in the middle, cup holders through the center, and more storage and more accessory plugs down in the middle there too. Put that away, just little stuff, but they give you little recesses here, so if you're charging anything, or you've got cords running out from that accessory plug, so they don't get damaged from the console closing as well. So just little things they really put some time into thinking about. Drop down handles, we've got adjustable seat belts there for you too, and of course we've got the mirrors with the lights up on that side, and should be the same over this side here for the drivers too. Not a lot of people get those, and not a lot of cars do those on the drivers, so absolutely beautifully well looked after car. You can't ask for better than that. I will leave the car running for just a second because I do want to show you under the bonnet before we finish up and before this rain kicks in. So that's just beeping to let me know I've got the keys in my pocket, just in case you do forget to turn the car off or anything like that. There you go. So absolutely stacks of room in there. We've got heaps of room at the back there. Those motors are actually designed in an accident to go underneath the car. That's why you've got such a big space at the back of the engine there. So instead of coming into the cabin to protect yourself, and the engine's designed to actually go underneath the car instead. But incredibly tidy through there. And then finally we've got these little DRLs, the daytime running lights too. So these little LED strips along the front there. So as soon as you've got the car on, they're going to run as well. So they look great with the safety feature too. So thanks so much, Maddie. Can't wait to hear feedback soon.